Hello my people, what's up? Yeah, we are back again with another video. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about pressing issues, difficult issues people that don't want to talk about. So we're talking about the immigrant crisis in South Africa, or the foreigner issues in South Africa. So first of all, what is a foreigner? A foreigner is someone who leaves his country of origin or a country of birth to live in a different country or another country. So yeah, for different reasons, of course. Some of them, they go there for educational purposes, economic reasons, political reasons, and social reasons. Okay, so we have two types of foreigners: illegal and illegal. So illegal is the one who do not have documents to be in that certain country, and then legal ones is the ones who have documents. So that's clear. Why do Okay, this let me. I'm just cruising straight into the issues. Why do people prefer to be illegal instead of being legal? Where being legal, you have benefits of being able to be protected by the government when you get employed. When you are getting exploited by your employers, it is easier for the government to protect you. But when you are illegal, the government can't do that. You are not recognized. But it seems like a lot of people choose to be illegal anyway. So let's deep down into the issues. Why do people prefer to be illegal? Okay, so some people, they come here in South Africa from their countries. They are already criminals from their countries. They committed heinous crimes that uh, will see them will see their life out in prison. Will see them spending their life in prison. So they run away from their countries, come to South Africa as a safe haven, and of course they do not do documents because they are afraid of the Interpol. The Interpol always on their case, so they prefer to be illegal. So some people visit, and when they get here, South Africa is of course aesthetically pleasing. So those people, they get carried away, they run out their visas and prefer to stay in South Africa doing whatever they are doing, conducting their business anyway. And then some people cannot afford to get necessary documents. Some people do not afford to get to buy citizenships. Some people do not afford to get permits. Some people are not eligible to get permits, like critical skills and everything. So they prefer to be illegal. All right, so now let's see. I just did a small study to at least base my argument on these on facts. So I have a list of countries here who are seeking refuge in South Africa, or countries who have their foreigners in South Africa. So you will be surprised that most people think that African countries are the ones who have most foreigners in South Africa, but it is a different story. So at number one, we have India. India has got 1.6 million foreigners in South Africa, legal and illegal. We know the history of India and South Africa. There is a lot of Indians in Durban, so they came back a long time ago. So some of them, they have their roots here. So it is difficult to distinguish between the legal and the illegal ones. But we have got 1.6 million registered Indians here in South Africa, foreigners. And then at number two, we have China. China has got 1 million people, foreigners, 1 million foreigners in South Africa. So I know it is baffling. Most people expected this to be African countries, but China, a lot of people come from China because China is overpopulated. China has got about 8 billion people, which is about three thirds of the population of the world. So Chinese spread out to continue and extend their families, because we know in China they practice a one child policy. So it is difficult for people to have a lot of kids there in China. What do? They tend to go to other countries, like in South Africa, where you are not limited. You can have as many kids as you can. So Chinese tend to come to South Africa and also continue with their businesses here. And to my surprise is that most of the Chinese who are here are illegal. More than legal, they are illegal. Okay, at number three, we start then to see African countries. We have Zimbabwe at number three with 900,000 to a million foreigners here, legal and illegal. And then at number four, we have Mozambique with 450,000. Number 5, we have Bangladesh with 400,000. Number 6, I have Pakistan with 300,000. And then number 7, we have Malawi with 200,000. And then we have Ethiopians with 120,000. And then we have USA, United States of American foreigners here in South Africa, 10,000. And then we have foreigners from Britain, the Great Britain, United Kingdom, they are 8,000. So, right, as you can see the numbers, there is a misconception that African foreigners are flooding South Africa. But if you look at the numbers here, it is the Asian countries who are flooding South Africa, because all these countries that I've counted, China, India, Pakistan, Ethiopia, Bangladesh, all these countries are from the Middle East and Asia. So it is what it is. So let's continue with our case. Why South Africa South Africa attract foreigners? Why is South Africa attracting a lot of foreigners? There are immediate causes, of course, and then there are long-term causes. Okay, and the immediate causes are the ones that I've already spoken about, like being glamorous. South Africa is beautiful. It is attractive. It is a tourism magnet. People, when they come to South Africa, they are baffled that is this a country from Africa? Really, it is world class. So these are the issues that make people want to come to South Africa. And then the economy, of course, of South Africa is much better than almost all the countries in Africa. So that's another factor. And then the country is huge. Like what I've said about China, that China is overpopulated, so they take their people, they move their people outside, spread them outside, so that so they come to South Africa because South Africa has got a lot of space, and as big as it is, it's got a population of about 70 million. So compared to 8 billion in China, it's a different kind of story. So that's another reason. And then also, South Africa has got beautiful weather. So we have people like Abu Cecil John Rhodes, who moved from England because of their health issues. He had health issues with, so he preferred a much warm weather. That's why they came to South Africa. So, and then there is long-term causes. There are long-term causes why South Africa attract foreigners. So in long-term causes, it is a bit more of forced moves. It is a bit more of forced moves. What do I mean by that? Okay, let me put an example. The SADC countries, countries that are on the Southern African side of Africa. We are talking of countries like South Africa, Namibia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Angola, DRC. So these countries, they had their revolutions almost in a short space of time. 1 year after the other, then the other does its revolution. So the white people, they saw that they are slowly this power that they have, it's slowly slipping away from their hands. So they had to devise a plan that will give them much a better position to control people and to control the resources. Because when they came here, the colonizers, their main issue is the resources and labor. So the SADC countries have got a lot of minerals, some of the minerals that are not found in anywhere in the world. So it is important for people to note that Southern Africa is important for the world. So the white people were not just going to let these minerals go. So what did they do? They planned that, okay, let's gather our resources together and then process them in one country. Which country is that? That was South Africa. So let me put an example with Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe had independence in 1980, and then gradually the people, the old veterans were fighting the white people. They wanted land and everything. So these white people, they moved there. They left their mines, they left their farms to South Africa. But that doesn't mean that they gave up. What did they do? They supported the rebel groups. These rebel groups are terrorizing people, they are looting resources, and they are selling these resources to the white people, to the agents of white people, to next to nothing. like in Congo, where the rebels are mining the cobalt and selling it for like $1 per 20 kg. So that's the first exploitation. And then when they get those resources, the agents, they take them to South Africa for processing. So now the white people, they notice that South Africans are privileged. They cannot work into these processing factories because it's difficult and it cannot pay them a lot of money. You know, it's an industry that keeps on fluctuating, you know. So what did they do? They encouraged foreigners to work in those factories with no documents, so that they get exploited even further. So now they get resources from those countries from next to nothing. They come to South Africa, they process them with cheap labor, and then they sell them to wherever, to the market. So it's a win-win situation. So in fact, it is now even worse than the direct colonization that was in. So this is a long-term thing. That's why people are flooding to South Africa, because when those people, the white people, left those countries, of course the people who were working for them were left homeless, were left jobless, were left with nothing to support their families. So what did they do? They followed their white people. You follow the paper trail. That's what they did to come to South Africa. So these are the other issues that make people come to South Africa. Okay, so we can say that this is a capitalist way of attracting foreigners. So it is not good, it is not bad. So why people complain about it? It is because it benefits only the rich people. The poor people, they don't get anything. In fact, they are seeing people coming to take jobs in front of their eyes. So that's why people are always fighting foreigners. So I didn't want to make this video a long video, because it's a lot of things to be discussed, and if you want to discuss everything in one video, it's not going to be fair, because you end up missing some other things. So it is better for me to record in pieces, so that I pick out whatever I missed on the other video and put it on the next one. So on my next video, I'll be talking about issues like, do South Africans like foreigners, for example, or the xenophobia. Are South Africans xenophobic as they are said by the media or anything? So these are the issues that I'm gonna be talking about with this foreigner thing. So this is just the introduction. That's why I was telling you about the numbers. I was telling you why people prefer the illegal way, why South Africa attracts a lot of foreigners, long-term and short-term causes. So this is what it is. You can also add yours on the comment section down below, because of course I'm human. I can leave some of the things, and then you can also remind me down there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe, share my video with your better halves, your friends, or anyone, and like. Yeah, it is what it is.